Hi kids, Miss Kate here. Have you ever been surprised? Maybe you went to the pantry and pulled out a box of cereal that you were really looking forward to eating, but when you opened the box, there's no cereal left. Or maybe you were looking around for a little something sweet and you see a jar of jelly beans. You knew that no one would miss just one jelly bean, so you open it up and okay, so maybe that hasn't exactly happened to you, but we all will, at some point in our lives, have a moment of surprise when what we are expecting to happen will rub up against what really happened, and you will feel really, really surprised, and maybe not always in a good way. There's a big fancy phrase to describe this. It's called cognitive dissonance. The first word, cognitive, refers to using your brain to understand things. The second word, dissonance, is a feeling when something doesn't quite match up. Like when you hear sounds that don't match up and they sound bad. Or in these moments like I'm describing, when what you're expecting to happen doesn't quite match up with what is actually happening. Cognitive dissonance. The first time that the followers of Jesus experienced this cognitive dissonance was when he was arrested and killed. It did not make sense to them that a man who preached love would end up murdered, not only by the state, but also by the leaders of their faith. That he even could have died when they believed him to be the Messiah, the anointed one sent from God. Well, it just didn't match up. The reality did not match with their expectations and beliefs. Then, on Easter morning, the women who expected to go to the tomb where Jesus' body had been laid, they expected to care for his body one last time by cleaning it with oils and rubbing it clean, preparing it for its final burial. That is what they were expecting. But when they got to the tomb, Jesus' body was not there. And more than that, Jesus was no longer dead. He was resurrected. To say that this was a surprise is an understatement. That was total cognitive dissonance. Their brains could not process what their eyes and ears were showing them. Their expectations and reality just didn't match. Easter is still a holy mystery for us, and the biggest surprise that the world has ever seen. Jesus defeated death and was able to dwell among his followers again for another 40 days. God's anointed one, our Messiah, had really come, and nothing would ever be the same again. Will you pray with me? Dear God, thank you for the joy and new life. Thank you for loving us so much. Thank you for Jesus' words, life, and resurrection. And we all say, Amen. Happy Easter, friends.